Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. And so before we get started with today's 10 properties, I wanted to show you a book. We've shared a lot of books that we use on our team in these videos, but this one here is called A Market Education Buyer Handbook. And so what's inside of this book is anything from the wording of an offer, like how nice would it be to read through an offer before you actually have to rush and do one, because in this market offers tend to happen pretty fast and it's a rather large commitment. We've got budgets for heat and hydro here. We've got all the costs for land transfer tax. We break everything down here. We've got how to read a listing. We've got all the different short forms that are used in listings. We have the entire process here, and then we also have 10 steps to buy a home. So tons of great information in this book. It's given to all of our clients that we work with, and we believe in keeping you safe, having no surprises, and having a good solid plan to get you where you need to be. So if that's the kind of experience you're looking for, just reach out by phone or email whenever the time is right when you're looking to move, and I can guarantee that we're going to do a great job taking care of you and making sure that you get into the right place, not just anything, because the traditional salesperson in our business is trying to jam you in a car as fast as possible. There's no meeting, there's no planning. Let's just try and find you a home. They often waste a lot of time because they don't listen and understand your needs before taking you out to see stuff. So you're going to see things all over in different price ranges. And then once they find you a home, you're never going to hear from them again. That's the wham bam taxi approach in our business, and it does happen. It still happens to this day. I think that we're a lot different. I really envision the process being much more like a limousine than a taxi cab. So if that's what you're looking for, reach out, and let's get started with today's list. Okay, so 1471 Maple, number 105. We've got a listing in the 260s for a 1+1 as well. Ours is not as big as this one. This really, it's coming out strong. It's a good listing. First floor, there's a bit of a perceived safety risk. So that's the unit right here. I don't know. I mean, it's Milton. Like, I think the first floor is not so bad. You don't need to go on stairs. It's easy to move in and out. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to me. And you see a bit of grass and green space, which is good. Nice floors. We've got nice appliances and dark cabinets. And the den is pretty large. You've got a pretty good sized den here. There's just no closet. So you could do a bedroom. It's probably not ideal, but it's almost 900 square feet. And I don't think there's a better deal out there for any condo right now than this one. They really priced it aggressive. So this one probably won't last long. Next up is 503 Rose Heath. There's two versions of a link home, and so you can either be linked by the garage, which resembles a lot more of semi-pricing, or in this case, you could be linked underground by the foundation wall, which resembles a lot more of detached pricing. And equivalent value, you're buying a townhouse in the new area for this kind of price range. So you've got 3 bedrooms, 1 full bathroom upstairs. It's clean and tidy. It's not the biggest home, but I think it still is a good price for what you're getting. And you have a decent lot here too. You've got a 26 by about 101. And we've seen homes on the street go for more. They're a little bit bigger than this, a little more upgraded, around the 450 range. But I think at 419 they've done a good job pricing it. So they set a corner unit. It's actually an end unit on Bustle Crescent here, 454.9. Open concept main floor. It can be tricky sometimes with this main floor because of the way this is configured, the 2 entrances. You kind of, like, you could do a dining plus a family room, but one big room kind of gets awkward and you have to walk right through the middle of it to get to the kitchen. So it depends on how you choose to do your furniture. 3 bedrooms upstairs plus a loft. It's a good floor plan. And you have probably a builder finished basement downstairs. It looks like one. And then as soon as you see the slope, you know that something's going on here. So what's the deal with the slope? 363 Bustle. Here's Bustle right here. There's a park right around the corner, so you could walk with your kids right around the corner, have a nice little park here. You have an off-leash dog park just over the side here. But that is the train track, right? So you are backing onto the train track. That's called a berm. So a sloping hill, then you have a fence. Behind that hill is the train track. So that is the, I guess you could say some people see it as a positive that there's no neighbors behind per se, but you do get the noise. The hill doesn't completely dampen the sound of the train. I have heard both sides of it. I've heard people that have said, hey, you know what? After a week or two, you don't even notice the train. I've had other people that said from the day I moved in, I couldn't stand the noise of the train. So I don't know what the truth is. I've never lived that close to a train before. But anyway, for what it is, if you discount the sort of train effect, I think for the house and for the finishes, this is where they usually sell for. So 451 Diamont. It's a Mattamy Plan 2. A little under 1,400 square feet. Not a lot of upgrading. I've talked before in past episodes about how you should probably take the stuff off the top of your cabinets here. It just tends to look a little bit cluttered. Think about this kitchen without that stuff, and I think you'd probably find that it gives a bit of a stronger impression without. 3 bedrooms upstairs. It's a nice open concept main floor, good sized backyard, because they put like 2,300 square foot double garage homes on this size of lot. So when you reduce that down to 1,400, you're going to find that your lot's a lot bigger. Now here's the trickiest part about this listing is take over the lease agreement with A+ tenants ending June 30th, 2016. So if you're looking to, you would close on this one whenever you want, I assume, but if you think you're going to move in here, probably not. I'll put a link to the Residential Tenancies Act, and it puts you right to bed because it's horrible to read. Notice by landlord at end of period of term. So the only way that you can get into this place is by 60 days notice, basically saying that the landlord, landlord's spouse, child or parent of the landlord or the landlord's spouse, anything that you see and hear at the end of the term you can do in order to get possession of the home. But while the lease agreement's in place, it's very, very hard to break it. And you might even find that you're buying the tenants out too. That's the only way that this could work, is if someone came in and said, hey, you know what? I'll give the tenants a bunch of money. Anything can happen by mutual consent. So if a landlord and a tenant agree, you know, it's all good. But you can't force these tenants to break their lease before it happens. Or if you can, I don't know how to do it, and you should speak to a lawyer. Anyway, don't expect to move into this one anytime soon unless you make it worthwhile for the tenant. All right, next up is Irving Terrace, and so we've got a Springdale model. There's a bunch of springs that Mattamy built. I think it's called Springdale. Do remember the square footage is 1717 square feet. You've got a front dining room and then a kitchen facing a family room. Put together well. It's got a finished basement. The 4-bedroom version upstairs is a little bit bigger. It's 1,800, but this one's 1717 square feet. And a neat little upgrade that probably would make a difference in this home if you're looking only in this neighborhood is they changed all the brassy door handles to almost like a oil rub bronze or a black handle, and that can make a big difference because the brassy, it looks old. I still have some in my house, I haven't replaced them, but I'm not planning on selling, so it doesn't matter. But if I was, I would be replacing the door handles. There we go. And here's actually, let me tell you something else. The fun fact about door handles is I saw them on sale one time, the round ones, these round ones right here. And I said, why are these on sale? It was at Rona. And they said because they're actually no longer to code. And so it probably took the building code, I don't know how long, 40, 50 years to realize this. But in a fire, if you had to grab that doorknob, you are grabbing onto a hot handle and you have to grab it full hand. The handle style like this does not require you to grab it. You could use something to push the handle down and open the door. So it's actually something related to fire safety. Makes a lot of sense. So anyway, this one here, it's strange because we've got all these pictures inside the home. But we don't have very many besides the front shot of that green space. I would definitely have more about that because I think that's a huge value feature of this home. I think that that's the only thing that's going to make this one get up to this price point. I think if this home was, you know, just on a regular, if 4 doors down on Irving, I don't think they'd have a chance at $529. So that's the big value difference right there. Okay, we're going to skip past a couple, and 150 Meadowland is over in Campbellville, 1.129. We've got about 4,000 square feet, triple car garage. A lot of the homes in this area require some work. So that's my one stipulation. This looks like it's actually priced really well. And I love the windows up on the second floor. I think it's an awesome layout. And I would just check the age of the roof, the furnace, and so on. They've got a really nice fridge here. So more upgraded, I would say, than a lot of the homes in this area. And you can enjoy many leather-bound books in your fancy library. All kidding aside, that library is very sweet. I would love to have an office there. And so, yeah, nice finishes here. High ceilings in your bathroom upstairs. And then you have a loft on the 3rd level. Boy, I tell you, you couldn't build this home for 1.129 on this size of lot. It wouldn't happen. The other advantage being in Campbellville, easy access on the 401. You're on the 401 in less than 5 minutes, which is a real advantage and different than a lot of other country properties. Anyway, like this one a lot. If there's such good thing as a good deal at 1.1, this is it. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, or if you want one of these books, and I actually didn't fold it back properly, but if you'd like one of these books, all you need to do is just reach out and just say, hey, you know what? Planning on making a move, and like to get one of those. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.